Big thanks to Mudgee Meat for supplying the product used in today's video. You know those nights when you just want something easy but a little bit special? Well, the crew's coming over for a cheeky dinner party and you need a guaranteed crowd-pleasing appetizer? Well, today we're rolling out something flaky, golden and seriously addictive. Stick around, this is going to be fun. Goodness me, that's a religious experience, that. Good evening. Hello, Yazzo, in your Dracula pajamas or whatever you're rocking back there. It's a Wednesday night. We're filming on a Wednesday night, people. This is how serious it's gotten.
These are the
it's
sacrifices I make for Geoff.
It's quite quiet in the house. We've booted the children to bed and we thought it was time to make a video. And that video is, with thanks to our good friends at Mudgee Meat, we're making one of my favourite cheat code crowd pleasers today, Yazzo. The humble sausage roll, the king of homemade fast food. And we have got some lovely and top quality sausages sent in by our good friends at Mudgee Meat. Thank you, team. We've got some jalapeno cheese and beef sausages. And we've got some, my favourite, pork sausages that we're going to whip up into some amazing sausage rolls. So let's get at it. Now, you can attack this with your own ground beef and you can make it, well, your own. Some onions and some flavours, some sauces and spices and all of the things and wrap it up in a golden pastry and you can make your own puff pastry if you choose to. But I am extremely lazy and time poor. And as Yazzo tells me, how the hell do you have time for this, Geoff, all the time? So what I like to do is use a great quality sausage and we're just going to strip the skins off. So we've got our pork sausages, which we're going to pimp a little bit, Yazzo. We're going to pimp them. Pimp them.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to get a smile, people, and I'm not even getting that. And the jalapeno and cheese and beef ones, we're just going to go straight in with the goodness that is inside. So let's, well, one more sip. So let's start. I think we'll start with our jalapeno ones, Yazzo. What do you reckon?
And you could also start with not yelling so much.
Yelling?
Yeah.
Oh, that just means when I edit this, I'm going to have to turn down the volume of my rather loud voice. And we're off to it. You know, last video you were complimenting me, and now you're complaining. It's good to have you back to normal.
You're welcome.
So we're going to cut open these babies. Let's have a look what we're working with. Oh, look at these. Delicious. Look at these. So what we're going to do, we got to work the skins out of here. What's going to be funny?
Watching you work the meat out of the skin.
There are so many non-PG things I could do with.
Let's move on. You don't have to say a word.
Let's move on. So you can cut the tips off and squeeze it out like you're milking a cow, or you can just do what I do and just give it a little slice down the side. And all you need to do, people, is just peel that casing off like that, and out it comes.
Oh, that's a great way.
Just like that. That's it. We don't want the casing. Casing goes in the bin.
Eat it.
And actually, these sausages as they sit, look, you can see the jalapenos all the way through there. These sausages as they sit are actually the perfect thickness, so we're not even going to need to do anything with those. So there's one. We'll do one more. Just get the tip of the knife and just run it down like that. And just grab that out like that, and that's it. Bob's your uncle, casing off, done. So I'll just knock through the rest of these. Dunk, dunk. All right, so that's that done. That seriously is glorious. All right, so we've got a sheet of puff pastry here. Yeah, so what we're going to do, and that legit nearly fits, like look at that. Wondering if I can make that stretch. All right, so that's our sausage down on the puff pastry. Just come in here a little bit, Yaz. So you can see here, this is about 1 inch around, and I've made sure that I've got the sausage end to end on the puff pastry to make sure that we don't get any dead ends with no meat in them. So we just want to crack and whisk up 1 egg for our egg wash. And what we want to do is just brush this so that when we roll it, the pastry sticks for the moment. And then we're going to use the rest of the egg wash to brush over a little bit later on. So just grab our pastry brush and we just want to go down with 1 line. 1 line here, just like that. And then what we want to do is roll her up. So I just rolled that over and basically finished at the end of my egg wash here. And basically what we need to do is just get the knife and just cut right along there like that. And this bit we'll just set aside for the moment. Roll this off the paper, and with this bit, you can see that's my seal. We want to make sure that that's completely sealed over. So we just give that a little roll like that. And now we've got some options. We can make a big long one, or we can cut this in half, or as I like to do, cut it into 4 sort of a little bit bigger than bite-sized pieces. So essentially I want to go halfway here, halfway here, halfway here. And that's the way I like to do them, but you can cut them as you please, really. So we'll just cut those down like that. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And you can see that's nicely all the way to the edge, all the way to the edge. Beautiful. And then we just need to stack them on a tray with some paper, some parchment paper rather. Just a little bit of a gap here, Yazzo. And again, just make sure as you put them down that your seam is stuck down, because sometimes that can come apart. Just make sure that's stuck down nicely and you're good to go. All right, so that's those ones. We've set those aside. Now we'll get on with the pork ones. So it's the same thing. We just want to strip the casings first, but this time we're going to go into this bowl. All right, so I've got a bunch of sage here that I picked from the garden. We're just going to rattle through that with a knife. And we'll just go in with the sage. I've got a tablespoon of ground fennel here that I've ground up in the mortar and pestle. We'll just go over with that. I'm going to go in with some coarsely ground black pepper. I like it a little bit chunky for this kind of application, so a little bit, a bit more coarse than that, I think. Some nice chunks of pepper.
Sure the kids will appreciate that. Always thinking of the family, aren't you, Geoff?
You'll notice that I don't go in with any salt. Generally, when you're using sausage product and you're taking it out of the skins, it's going to be salted enough. And I generally, as a rule, would never add more salt. Often, actually, not the case with these lovely Mudgee Meat ones, but often you can get some sausages that are a bit too salty. So definitely don't add any salt. And lastly, I'm doubling down on my laziness by using some packet pizza melt cheese, Parmesan and Mott's and cheddar and whatever the hell tasty is. I have no idea what that is. So I'm going to go in with a couple of handfuls of this, probably, maybe not a couple, maybe 1 and a bit. I reckon that looks about right. What do you reckon, Yazzo?
Looks beautiful.
All right, and here's the payoff for mixing it in a bowl. Now you've got to get in here with your hands. Now you can be a wuss and use a fork if you like, or you can put on some of those Nancy Boy black gloves, but
just work your meat with your hands, just like you usually would.
I knew you had to get it. I knew you had to get one of those jokes in there somewhere, Yazzo.
It's quite firm, isn't it? Oh, I actually, the mixture is quite firm, unexpectedly firm.
You are an absolute disgrace.
I'm an animal, aren't I?
Yasmin, I'm using your full name. You're a bloody disgrace. All right, so just mix that through. You don't have to be too particular. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, kind of perfect or whatever. Just get it in there kind of good enough. You'll get a lot of people online telling you you now need to put this in the fridge for half an hour to chill it back down again. Ain't nobody got time for that. Unless you're sitting there whipping it and you've like put that much heat into it that it's going all floppy. Meat's going all floppy?
No,
I didn't mean that. You don't need to do that. We can just now start to roll this up. So, I'm not going to bother washing my hands because I'm going to get them dirty again anyway. So what we need to do is kind of make, like we had before, essentially a long kind of sausage shape. So take a hunk. Don't ask me to give you measurements for this because it's going to be depending upon what puff pastry you use, and just go down like that. And if it's sticking to your board, a little bit of flour will help with that, not too much. So again, you want this around about an inch, and I reckon I've guessed pretty bloody well here, Yazzo. I reckon that's pretty good. Come on. Well, let's see, shall we? Let's get our piece of puff.
Yeah, okay, great. You measured your sausage roll meat accurately, Geoff. Do you want a medal?
I do actually. I do like an ego stroke every now and again, Yazzo. That's why I'm on YouTube, to get praise from randoms.
We know.
All right. So again, same thing. We want to roll this up. Excuse the sausage meat on my fingers. I'm not washing them for the camera just to get them dirty again. So we'll go up to here. We'll get our egg wash. And we'll wash this down so that our pastry sticks. And roll over. And I'll get my sage-laden knife and cut through. And that's it. Same process. So we'll rattle through this. I won't bore you on camera. And then we'll be back with the next bit. Oh, actually, before I go, while I'm thinking about it, we have these little offsets. If the pastry that you use, the puff pastry that you use is of this shape and you have some offcuts or leftovers, all you need to do, come in here, Yazzo, is take this blue backing paper off and just slightly overlap them like that. Put a little bit of baking paper over the top so it's nice and smooth, and then get your rolling pin and roll them out. And you've got yourself another sheet of puff pastry. I'm not going to do that for these because I can't be bothered, and because I'm trying to film and do all this stuff at the same time. So I'm being lazy and continuing to use new pieces, but do as I say, not as I do, you know what I'm saying? So I'll rattle through these. Okay, so we've called an audible and Yazzo's beaten me and told me I'm only allowed to cook half of these. So what we've done is we've done half the tray with the beef ones we made and half the ones with the pork ones. So what we need to do is go down with some egg wash on each of them. And don't go too heavy with this. Just give it a little light kind of going over. All right, so on our pork ones, we're going to top these and reinforce our fennel flavour with a little bit of fennel seeds over the top. And then with the beef ones, I've got some black sesame that we're going to go on top with and help us to tell them apart as well. And it also makes them look a little bit fancy if you're doing it for a cheeky little dinner party as well. So we've got the oven set at 200 degrees Celsius, and these will take somewhere around 25 to 30 minutes. All right, Yazzo, come and have a look at this. Look how golden and crispy these are. My goodness. All right, let's have a little taste, shall we? I've got some ketchup here. We'll just go for a little dunk. That's how you do it, Aussie style, my friends. Cheers.
Oh, are they hot?
Flaky, buttery. And by the way, how good are these damn sausages? They are so good. I have chosen a beef one, and goodness me, these are lovely, perfectly seasoned. And you know how sometimes you can get sausages that are a little bit salty and feels like they got, I don't know, all manner of ingredients in them. These are just, this is my goodness.
Dust yourself off too. Black shirt.
Oh, so I don't even care anymore. All right, dusting myself off. Have I got crumbs on my face? No.
There's one on your shirt. Hey.
There we go.
Now it's on my floor.
Thank you to the team at Mudgee Meat for these lovely sausages. If I haven't said it already, and I can't remember if I have, so I'm going to say it again, 30% off this week. Get yours. Your discount code is on the screen now. 5% off your first order, $11 off with my code, plus no delivery if you sign up for Meat on Repeat. So get on board with that. I think that's all I've got to say for this one, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers. Actually are really fucking good.